with Mike and Billy.
Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. So glad you guys are with us this Saturday morning. Golf Talk Radio brought to you by McPhee's Grill of Templeton, McPhee'sGrill.com. Give them a call at 805-434-3204. In the studio, we have the one and only Mr. Jack Avrit. He's joined us on several occasions before, and awesome to have him back in. Arroyo Grande High School graduate, now Santa Clara University Bronco. I'm really sorry about that, Mike. That's just embarrassing right there, isn't it, Bill?
It doesn't remind me of my first year in college. Is that what it does? It'll help there.
There we go. Goodness gracious.
That's getting closer.
That's just a visual thing. Sorry, people.
I was just when I was doing some work this morning, and I knew Jack was coming in, which is exciting. I did see he's been on a show half a dozen or more times.
I know he's an alumni,
little bitty boy,
big time.
So he was first time he was so young. But Jack, so if you are loyal listeners, I think there's 4 of you out there. So thank you guys for that. You guys know who Jack is, but he was a former AG high school standout. Just graduated last year. He is he's a past champion of the First Tee Open 2015. He won with Mark O'Mara. Had an amazing junior life, or junior career, I should say, and probably a good junior life, too. But he is now a freshman at Santa Clara and a Bronco, as Mike mentioned. Jack, welcome to the show. How are you, sir?
I am great. Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you back.
Awesome.
I'm glad you're home on the vacation. He texted me yesterday and wants to work on his driver, so I didn't even know you were in town. I knew you were coming back soon.
I told you last week.
But you were here last week, so
yeah.
But then I thought things happen quick, man.
Yeah.
So, but you're off like 6 weeks or something.
Yeah, I'm off for a whole month.
School's
So-
Really?
Yeah, it's nice being on the
remember
quarter
that
system.
with Cal.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
Cal
got-
Poly was on the quarter
Cal
system.
Poly has the exact same break as us.
Wow, but
So it goes back like the 9th of
I
January.
thought we had like
it's like
3 weeks
exactly a
off or
month.
something.
Yeah.
It's exactly a month.
Wow.
But you were off a week ago before that or something. So just I don't know.
it's a weird setup with Thanksgiving, and then you have 1 week and then finals.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing.
Well, I did some research on you, so I'm going to do a little professional interview Mike and I are going to give you, so have
right.
fun with it. But so listeners who don't know who you are, bullet point of are you 19, by the way?
Yeah.
Of your little 19 years, man, just give us a quick life.
All right. I've played golf since I was 2 years old. Did really young. We joined Billy's junior golf program when we were 5 at, I believe, Avila Beach.
Yep.
And was it a year later that we all moved over to the First Tee?
Couple years, I think.
Couple years?
Yeah. So we were 2005, I think, how old were you in 2005?
I would have been 6.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah,
maybe-
it was a year
yeah,
later.
about a year later.
We moved over to the First Tee. That program's been a huge part of my life ever since. Got to go on several trips with different academies that the First Tee offered, highlighted by the First Tee Open, which was
How'd that go?
a lot
Did it
of
turn
fun.
out okay?
It went decent. I played okay.
He won the whole thing,
love
which was really cool, and he won it with Mark O'Mara, and it was a great one of my best 3 days of my life. I'm sure it was up there with yours as well.
Yeah.
Your little things dangling.
Yeah. There we go.
Here, and which has been a big part of your life. Obviously, I've known you. I've only known you through golf. I'm assuming that when you go off to school, even when you're in high school, it seems like you were just golfing. I'm assuming you took a class or 2 in high school, but you got
that's
out at
debatable.
noon or something. You went to school at 10.
I took community college
Yeah.
classes online so I could get out at 11 every day my senior year.
But you have a pretty impressive academic. Your academics are great. Grade point average is good, and so how you do everything, I don't know. I do know what an amazing brain you have, almost too amazing. But let's talk about this junior golf compared to college golf. You're 19 years on earth. You've talked about your whole since you were 2. And you've done a lot of junior golf outside of the First Tee, for the AJGAs and a bunch of junior stuff, and had a great success with that. So now you're off. You were a standout in college. I believe you're the team captain for a couple years. I know you guys did great things with AG High, and you made. I don't know all those facts, but I know I followed you as your young career. You had a pretty good team, right?
Yeah, we never lost a dual match in any of my 4 years, which is the one-on-one with other teams. And we tied for first in the league overall my freshman year and won league fully undefeated my sophomore, junior, and senior year.
So you have
That's it,
to
huh?
say that
Yeah.
you've had success of winning is an understatement. So, which is brings up the next question because but actually you guys are doing really well in college. Is there a junior golf, obviously success, high school great success. Congratulations, by the way, well earned. How
you.
does it compare to Division I college golf?
It's different. You get in a lot of these junior tournaments, and you can look at the field beforehand and know you've got 5 kids who are probably going to be gunning for the low 25-30% of the field is not going to be a factor. And
Is this
you-
something
and
you
there's-
know through studying, or
this is just my experience
Yes,
with it.
okay.
Is there's generally a group of scores that's going to be a little higher, and so you kind of have it's kind of the field, and then it's separated by a couple of guys who play really well. It can be anyone, but that's generally just the way it works out. In college, it's harder.
well,
It's,
is it,
there's the competition is just on a completely different level.
well, and and that being said, I mean, there's lots of colleges, but you're in Division I, and you guys are ranked 25, I believe, currently in the nation, which is so impressive. Because if you look at some of these schools that are in here, LSU and Alabama just must be studs. I mean, they're ranked number 1, and I was just going down the list. But these are big schools, man. So the quality of players that go to those schools, they have to be really good players. I'm sure those teams, those coaches, and those schools are looking for the best of the best. Correct?
Yeah, you get in the top 25. You have it go out and put up good numbers with some consistency.
So
And
are you at all surprised? I know that you have high expectations of yourself, and so I don't know if you're the right person to ask this, but you made the freshman team, the travel team. I know that you're playing in you keep 6 of you, 5 of you play, and they take 4 scores.
Yeah, it's 5 players.
So you've been playing in those. Is that something that you had goals to do? I know you probably did. Is that common practice that a freshman goes and makes these teams?
Yeah, I mean a decent amount of the time.
Even
you're gonna
Alabama, you think freshmen are on Alabama?
It's possible. I know a freshman is on number 2 Oklahoma State. I know him.
And he
from
makes the
junior
team.
golf, and he's on the team. He's one of the top players in the nation already.
Well, you'd
and
have
so
to be,
it's-
right? I mean,
Yeah, but I didn't really know what to expect coming in. I knew I fully expected to make the travel team because I wouldn't have considered it to be myself to be really a college golfer if I wasn't playing in the tournaments.
was that
Not
part
not
of
that that's the case, but my own personal goals, I wanted to go out and I wanted to play in every event because I want to play and I want to help the team. So we kind of did that. I could, the numbers I put up could be good enough. I just had to play well, and I was able to make the team, which is awesome because, as much as there are freshmen who make it, not every freshman gets to play in every event. And our coach told us at the beginning of the season he didn't expect freshmen
That's
to
what
play in
I
every
guess
event.
that's what I was
So,
asking.
Yeah.
I know your mindset because I know you very well, but I'm just curious when freshmen go. And now that you're established at Santa Clara, and was that one of the reasons you chose that school because you possibly could play? Because you mentioned, you don't have to mention the school's names if you don't want to, but you mentioned there are some schools that freshmen do not play.
There's a lot of the top-ranked schools. It's very hard to make it as a freshman because they recruit so many top kids that you have.
So you have a year that
just,
you're kind of
yeah.
just
You just
with
have
the club.
so many kids vying for a spot. It's hard to consistently play as a freshman. So I wanted to pick a school that I knew had a good team, but I knew I would be able to give myself the opportunity to play. And Santa Clara was, in the end, I knew it was going to be the right choice. And but when I came in to the school last year, we were ranked 126 in the nation.
That's what I was going to ask you. You're
So,
25th.
Yeah, and so nobody was really expecting this jump. The highest the team had ever been ranked was in the 30s, and that was when my coach first started with the team like 13 years ago.
How many new players are on this team? Or
The starting team, 2. It's me and the one other freshman, Zach Conashiro. He's from Hawaii.
There's 12
And
people on the team.
Yeah, I was thinking for the big jump there.
Yeah.
For those that are,
Well, our number 1 is a senior, Hayden Shea. He's a hell of a player. He can. I think he'll make the tour.
Look at him
from what
saying
I've
the word
seen.
hell now. He's on all the adults and
man.
everything.
Yeah.
He's going.
he's 19.
I know he's 19 now.
Yeah,
he went big
things
word.
change.
He fired off a word there, man.
Yeah, he's been fun to learn from. He hits the ball better than just about any amateur player I've ever seen.
Wow.
And I would bet, and I can only speak from my experience when I played many years ago, even played some tour events. I bet the quality of quality golfers is insanely good. So
it's just so different from.
And you are
junior
so
golf.
good. Knowing you, I mean, I know your game very well. But when you get there, are you amazed of the talent that when you go to the driving ranges of these tournaments, and you look down the line?
I'm not.
Are you in awe, or are you just a part of it?
I wouldn't say I'm definitely not sitting there like, wow, look at how these kids hit the ball. The difference really comes in the final score. Nobody's impressed with.
But Hayden's a hell of a player, you said.
He is, and because I've been able to play with him a lot, I can't just sit on the range and go, wow, they're so much better than everyone else. And it's just when you play in these tournaments, you throw a 67 up there, and nobody cares unless you're shooting 65 or lower. It's not that impressive.
They care.
Whereas in junior golf, you throw up anything under par or in the 60s. So it's very different in that sense because it's just a completely different level of play that you have to get to in order to finish high or win these tournaments as an individual. And as a team from high school, it's not even close. You get in high school and you're trying to shoot, less than 20 over as a team, and you're playing pretty good. And in college, if you shoot even par as a team, you're all annoyed because you had a bad day.
Yeah. So how have your approach changed from junior golf to now being on the college team based on what you just told us? For your own game.
I tend to be more. I try to be more aggressive because I know the scores that have to be shot in order to help the team.
Yeah.
And I know going out and making, 15 pars, 2 bogeys, and a birdie isn't going to. You go out and shoot 1 over, you're not helping the team.
Yeah.
And you have to go out and expect and believe you can shoot under par no matter what course you're playing. And you have to know that every single shot really does matter. Whereas in high school, you could kind of go, if you weren't playing as strong of a team, you could kind of just go out and play and have fun. Whereas in college, the one good team there might not have a great day, but one of the teams that you didn't think was as good could go out and shoot 15, 18 under. So you have to be ready to beat that.
What's impressive, I know we have to take a break, but what's impressive with Jack's mindset, and I don't know if it's impressive or compulsive or whatever, but he's a perfectionist, obviously, and he's a talented young man. But he shot 65 one day and sent me a video and asked me what was wrong.
60.
I was with you.
Oh, 67?
Yeah.
I haven't shot 65
I think that's
yet.
when we were at the network meeting. You shared that.
Couple videos. What's happening here,
Crazy.
Coach? Just shot 67. I'm like, dude, I can't be too bad. But of course, to him, I only hit 7 greens, and I putted, made every.
No, that was 66.
66.
I only hit 10 greens with 25 putts.
It was 66, and I got a couple videos, and
I didn't
10
hit the ball
greens
good
and
that day.
25
but he
putts.
melts my heart, and that's just the way he is. But he's so aware as a freshman of the expectations of what not only him but what the teams need to be productive. And he's they're 25 now, and you said they were won something last year. So it's amazing that if you're setting yourself up for a great golf career if that's something that you want to go into outside of college. And we'll talk a little bit about that later. But I do like your mindset because he knows now I can't go shoot 71. I'm not going to help my team. I shoot 71, and I shot 71. I could make a cut back years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, 140, 142 was the cut numbers when I was playing in professional golf. That was a good number. Now at college, that sounds like you're not even in making, you're not.
You should even par in the middle of the pack.
145
you're not doing
I
anything
made
special.
a cut with 145 once. And so it's it's amazing how things
very different.
have changed, and not even that, the courses are longer, and we're going to tell you play some great golf courses. I was looking at the list of courses. Well, let's come back and continue our conversation with Jack. He's a Division I golfer for Santa Clara. We're talking about life as a collegiate Division I player. So, Jack, we're glad you're with us, man. Take us out of this place, Michael.
All right, Golf Talk Radio brought to you by the Patrons Caddy. Yep, the Masters is just around the corner. You're looking to book that 2018 trip to the Masters. Do it with thepatronscaddy.com today. Both Billy and I can tell you that it was one of the best experiences we've ever had, and you won't be disappointed with Chris Rigby and the crew. Visit thepatronscaddy.com today to find out about their 3 packages for the 2018 Masters. When we come back, we'll have more of Jack Avrit, life as a collegiate Division I golfer at Santa Clara University. Stay with us right here on ESPN Radio and the Golf Talk Radio Network.